Hey everybody, Andrea Waddell here. Welcome to the studio. In today's video, I want to talk to you about a subject I don't usually talk about that much, and that is the state of mind to be in to do your very best work, your very best painting. And it is occurring to me more and more how um, critically important that part of it is, and that I'm going to start introducing videos about this subject more. But it is coming into the state where you are in a place where you're going to flow, where you are connected, where you are present, where the decisions that you're making are aligned and elegant. Even if you're playing and making a mess or doing what you're doing, being in a certain state of mind is so important. And I'm going to show you in this video how I created this painting in an coming at it with the absolute wrong mindset. And in that experience of the wrong mindset and the fight and the struggle, it really hit me once and for all how important it is to prepare yourself before you paint and maybe avoid some of the big mistakes I made in the process of creating this painting, so that I could have gotten there a lot faster um, if I had sort of entered the studio with a certain frame of mind. So that's what this video is about today, and I hope you get something from watching it. So I'm going to show you how I started. I was starting with trying to create a painting that went in a series with these other floral abstracts because somebody has asked to license this work. So I had this very, very specific outcome in mind before I started painting. And that might have been part of the problem because I wasn't in the mood for doing that, but I kind of pushed myself to do it anyway. So I started with this same background I had for the other ones that was fluorescent yellow, and just started adding shapes and flower-like, um, vibes, for lack of a better word, shapes and organic shapes. And I did a thing that I don't do anymore, but I used to do it a lot. I threw every single color that I had just on the table there and just let myself grab at it. But since I realized I have ADHD, and I was really tired when I was painting this, really tired. Friday afternoon is not a good time for me to paint. I just started creating a big mess. Having that much choice and information, I just started throwing all the colors down, and you can see it was just starting to create this messy chaos. And sort of three strikes against me to be in the right frame of mind. One was I was really connected with a specific outcome I wanted to do, like this was a commercial art project, even though it sort of is, but you still need to be free of that kind of constraint. I had too much information, too many colors to choose from. And because I was tired, I can see watching the footage that my instincts were just off. I'm creating clashing colors, and I was using a source image for this also. And the source image, I wasn't really that interested in it. And I know that. I know that if you're working from a source image that just doesn't jazz you up, that doesn't make your heart sing, then you can start to get into a forced episode of painting. So I'm just grabbing up my colors and throwing things down. And one of the things that I noticed watching this footage, it was a 3-hour painting session. I've sped everything up for you and cut out bits, but I was adding and adding and adding and adding more information and more information, and I wanted it to be vibrant, kind of like that other one, the other ones I showed you. But I wasn't stepping away at all. For the 3 hours that I worked on this, I did not step away once, and that was because I was tired. I was tired, and so therefore my energy was compromised. And that is one thing that, you know, I think some people, maybe they paint well when they're tired and pushes you past your boundaries. For me, it's never good. It is just not a good, um, in terms of mindset. It's not the right place to be because of things like this, not stepping away. Had I stepped away right here at this point, this could have been a nice painting. It had some empty space above. It had those nice, that little framework of fluorescent yellow around it, sort of matched the other ones that I was working on. But I didn't, I did not. I kept going, kept going. I wanted to add some darker values. Even if I'd stopped there, I mean, I was starting to create a mess. But what's interesting here is that I was getting certain wins, like doing this and putting down the dark value, then lifting to find shapes and use the colors underneath that you can do with acrylic if you work really fast. Um, but it wasn't necessarily working with the rest of it in terms of color, but still looking back at this, probably the biggest mistake and the biggest issue, mindset issue here was the fatigue that I was in. Because had I stepped away right there and let it set up overnight, or even a few hours and just gotten some sleep, I would have seen it with fresh eyes and then come in and edited it, and I would have arrived at something, that could have been very beautiful with that um, white flower in bottom left would have been the star of that show. But I kept going and kept working, and I was very stubborn, and then I was very frustrated. And I think when you're tired, frustrated, stubborn, you can't really see anything, and all I saw was a big clash of colors. So I just came in and I just decided, all right, this is now an underpainting. I'm going to grab the colors on my table. Here is a little lime green, and I'm just going to cover everything up, which is something that I teach people not to do too often. I think it's better for your composition skills to avoid just covering everything up and then starting fresh. I think it's better practice. I get to better results personally if I let it sit for a while and then resolve what's there versus editing out the entire thing like I've done here. But okay, so now I am realizing something in my sort of not very, I'm not very present with the painting. Um, it's things aren't working. I'm in this little phase working on this where everything I'm trying is further exploration, but the thing is just not coming together. It's got some interesting elements to it, but it's really I'm waiting and waiting and trying and adding and trying and adding things, waiting for something to happen that I want to respond to. And I keep trying things, and it was one of these things that happens that I'm familiar with where kind of everything I do doesn't work. Every instinct is a little bit off. And that's really related to a mindset thing, like a struggle, a power struggle with the painting. And I'm noticing, and I keep doing this thing where I've seen this when I'm teaching classes where somebody has a problem in an underpainting, then they cover it all up, and then they recreate the same issue, which I'm doing right here. I'm restacking too much information. That flower upper left is not placed in a very good place. It should be 2 or 3 inches below and it would work, but right now it's kind of blocking the entryway to the painting itself. And I have 2 competing forms, green and purple, and then the pink clash. So I've basically gone ahead, covered it up, recreated the same problem. It's kind of funny to watch this and see this. I'm going to interrupt this just for 1 second and just give you a little bit of an announcement about some classes that I have coming up. So hold on 1 second. We'll get back to this, but I'm going to interrupt for 1 second. I also wanted to mention that I have a couple of online live Zoom workshops coming up. There's one in May, and it's going to be meeting every Saturday um, for 90 minutes, 4 90-minute sessions. And we are going to meet and talk about abstract painting. We're going to talk about your work. We will problem solve the paintings. I've been doing these for alumni groups, people who have taken classes from me before, but this one is for somebody who's never taken a class with me before. It is all levels, and I've had a lot of success with these. So if you're interested in joining us in May, that information is in the notes below. Okay, so picking this back up, I am tired, I'm fatigued, my underpainting's not working, everything I'm doing feels ungraceful, the colors are getting on my nerves, I'm getting frustrated, and all of this is happening because of the things I just mentioned. So for yourself, maybe figure out what is the state of mind you need to be in, or you really shouldn't be in, if you want to do good, focused, present work. Now I know for myself, it's pretty clear. Fatigue is a no. Having a specific outcome is a no. Painting when I'm not in the mood, I should be painting, doing a sketch, not a full painting. And stepping away, critical issues. But now, finally, after fighting with this, I'm getting somewhere. I'm loosening up. I'm getting present. I have released now the idea that this is going to be one of the paintings for that licensing group. Now I'm just thinking, okay, this is just going to be an abstract. And that has freed my mind of that constraint, which is really wild the way that happens. So now I'm getting these two relationships going between that yellow bit and the orange. It was kind of the moment when things started to finally come together, when I just let go of any expectation for the painting. I removed any pressure that I was putting on it. And then I was just with my instincts, following now what the painting was doing versus following what my mind was trying to force the painting to do. So then my instincts kicked in again. And now I started grabbing the end of a paintbrush and just pulling into the wet acrylic paint, and these lines started to happen. And then I just kept going with that. And then I realized, well, then this whole painting, therefore, is probably about these marks. That has nothing to do with that, that series that I was doing. This is something else. I need to let the painting and myself be free and remove all constraints so that you're present. So now I'm just really enjoying myself after all of that struggle. And because there's a lot of paint buildup, I'm able to get these interesting mark qualities just by dragging a hard object through the paint to that underpainting. And at this point, I'm just realizing, okay, this is an abstract painting and it is about mark making. So why don't I just make marks then? And that's when things started to flow. I released all expectations and I was back into a place of experimentation and quiet mind and following where the painting was going and following where my instincts were going. I think you know what I'm talking about. Being in that state of flow is where your best work happens. You really can't put pressure on it. The pressure to do something because you want to sell it is, or you want to perform, or you want to do something with it, is it will tense you up. That's what I notice anyway. So maybe a reflection point for you is what goes on in your mind when the painting doesn't work. By the way, what I'm doing here is I've just grabbed a color pencil, and I'm finding that that's a really fun way to make marks. So now that I've understood the painting wants to be about mark making and it is set up for that, I'm just experimenting and exploring. So I grab my colored pencils and I'm pulling those through. And little by little, released all expectations until the painting finally came together, but also only when I turned off the camera. Because after a while, I realized the camera was also a distraction because of my, tired state. So I turned off the camera and finally got to a place where I pulled it all together. So I hope you got something from watching this video and that it'll give you some insight and some reflection into what you need to do to show up in peak performance mode, to show up at your best so that you and the painting are doing a dance together. I hope you got something from watching this video, and I'll see you next time.